Hello. Today we're going to speak about the money. I love money. I can afford a lot of things on money. I can, for example, buy a lot of shoes on money. And what do you think about the money?
I hate money. Money make us to slaves. Money is only printed paper.
Okay, then we have here Mr. Nikolaisen, who wants to make us slaves because he prints money by himself. What can you say about the money?
Well, I think money in itself is just a neutral term. It's a tool, it's a medium of exchange, it's something that we all decide on valuing. So money in itself is not bad. What I think could be bad is control over money, money monopolies, enforcing a certain kind of money on the people that they have to work for, but creating it for yourself without working for it.
Why you start your business here in Switzerland? Why not in Poland?
Well, I guess it's because I live in Switzerland, but it's certainly also because Switzerland has a long tradition of being geopolitically stable, which means that if somebody makes a rule, you can trust that it stays, and nobody will all of a sudden turn up and imprison you because something that has been legal before is now illegal or things like that. Switzerland is also highly independent. It's ruled in Switzerland. It's not ruled from Brazil, so you are very close to the legislators. And then, of course, it is a very free country compared to many other European ones with low taxes and low regulations. So Switzerland is an excellent place to do business.
And what is the difference between bitcoins and printed money?
Well, both are actually electronic currencies because printed money is, I think it's around 1% that actually, or even less, that exists as paper. Most of it is digital. The big difference is that they are centralized money systems that are controlled by some people, whereas Bitcoin is a decentralized monetary system that is controlled by no one. And what does control of money ultimately mean? That means that you can control the creation of money. And in Bitcoin, nobody can control the creation of new money. You can mine Bitcoin like you can go and mine gold. It's just very costly and it goes very slow. But when you see the normal fiat monetary systems of the world, they all have central banks that are more or less political institutions that can create money and artificially manage the interest rates, and Bitcoin does not allow for that. And as I said before, one of the bad things about money is when somebody takes control of the money and turns it from a tool of the people into a tool of the few or of the government as such. Because when they create more money, they're actually just stealing from you. Mm-hmm. And decentralized monetary system like, for example, gold or Bitcoin, you can't create out of nothing. And I think that is a great thing because then you can trust that nobody steals from you by creating more money.
Thank you. And what can I do if I want to use bitcoins?
It is not normal to have Bitcoin coins or Bitcoin bills, even though they do exist. The normal way is to install a wallet, which is a storage container for public and private key sense, which is in essence Bitcoin. So you would install a wallet. One type of wallet is good for long-term storage because it's very secure. Another type of wallet is very fast to set up, but not super secure, and you don't use that for long-term storage, but you use it for shopping. And typically these wallets can be installed in 1 minute on your mobile phone. Then of course you need to go out and get Bitcoin, and you can do that in basically 3 ways. One is you can earn Bitcoin. I don't know what you do, but let's say you were a hairdresser, you could say, I now cut your hair for Bitcoin. Or you can buy Bitcoin, just like you would buy Swiss francs. I know you use euro, right? So if you're in Switzerland, you would go with your euro and exchange them into Swiss francs. You could do the same with Bitcoin. And the last and very special method of getting them is mining them. It's a complex topic I will not explain here, but it is not very easy. So I would say that the normal procedure is to earn it or buy it.
Okay, thank you.
Can you show us how it works?
Okay, there's quite a few wallet options, and you can just take the top one, Bitcoin wallet. It's perhaps the most simple one to use. Takes maybe a minute to install. So there you go. Now let's assume that you want to sell me a cup of coffee for 1 Bitcoin. Then you would ask for, let's say, €1, and okay. And then this is the QR code of your Bitcoin address and the amount. And look, if I now take mine, and I scan it, I get the options of sending you 1.04 Swiss franc, because the euro is worth a little more. And that is 3.91 millibitcoin. And if I send it, try to go back to your balance. You can see when it arrives. There you go, 3.91. You didn't have sound enabled, so you couldn't hear the...
Yeah, I got the message.
You get a nice when they arrive. So now you are the proud owner of your first Bitcoin. So this is one of our Bitcoin ATMs, or in German Bitcoin Bankomaten. It's actually an exchange machine, not an ATM in the common sense. And what it does allow is for you to buy or sell Bitcoin. And it has a number of languages, and it's configured to German, so I say Bitcoin verkaufen, and I agree to the terms of use. And then I have to select how much money I want. I want 100 Swiss francs, which is roughly the same as a €100. And that's enough for me. And then I say, yes, I want a receipt. And now I have to send Bitcoin worth 100 Swiss francs to the address. So I take my wallet where I have some Bitcoin. And I send it. And it receives. And I get a receipt. And I get 100 Swiss francs. That's simple.
Perfekt.